Well, hello and welcome to the new moon eclipse and the official start of the Chinese New Year, which is the year of the dog. And I am super excited in honoring of that to let you know that my website has been updated and it's all ready for you to receive with a beautiful new quiz on how to really deepen into your relationship and understanding of the animal companions that share your life with you and taking the dosha quiz. Hi Jay, nice to see you here. Hi Anjana. I'm coming here a little bit early today because it is raining outside, and I really wanted to just give you a boost today in really looking at using the energies of the new moon, of the hi Michelle or Michael, nice to see you all here. And please go ahead to sarahjanefarrell.com and take the dosha quiz for yourself and for your animals to really deepen into right relationship. It's amazing when you actually explore any type of personality quiz, how you get the lights and the connection and the synchronicities of the people and the animals that come into our life are there with their own soul contracts to really teach us how to heal this great separation sickness that we have all been in. At the root of all our conflicts is the sense of separation, and I really believe that the only solution you finally made it, Corleen. Yeah, awesome. And I know you have kitties, so please take the dosha quiz and let me know what your animals dosha are. Posted in the comments or on my Facebook page. I'd love to know what your insights and ahas are around that, because I really believe that the only solution to our personal and global problems is to return to trust, and it's in ourselves and our capacity to make a difference in the world and to come back to this realization of our oneness with life itself and everything that encompasses that, including our animal companions. And I know that if you're on part of my tribe, you dream of a world that I dream of, where we remember our humanity and treat all of life with regard, really come back to being the stewards of the earth, and also to know that you are the one that you've been waiting for and your pet has been waiting for. So trust that. And I want to speak to the year of the dog, Earth Dog, and what it can mean for you and how you can use the energies of the physical characteristics. If you just think about dogs, they're loyal. They show us how to love without condition, and to really stay present in the moment, and also to play, to live like life, like the gates being left open. And this inevitably, for me, is a fundamental principle in Chinese astrology, is that ability to skillfully adjust to shape-shifting and moving through the medicine wheel. That there's a feeding cycle for all of life. And wisdom tells us that no matter what difficulties you might be facing right now, no matter how hopeless or frightening the situation may seem, if you wait it out, right? The dog is all about patience. You will get through it, and you will shift, and a turning point will come. And I've seen this so much with my new rescue, Daisy. I mean, she's outside the window right now playing like she doesn't even go into the victimology of the fact that she only has 3 legs. She is running, she's playing, she's really starting to learn the energy of play and to trust people again. And that's really what they have gifted to me in being part of my life, is that one of the most important things to do is to maintain an open mind, to widen our perspective, and to recognize that there is always a moment when you will know what aligned action is going to give you the results that you want. And that turning point is now, and that really is my welcoming to the year of the Earth Dog. You're a metal dog, and Jana, that's amazing. I'd love to know what your dosha is, so go ahead and take the quiz as well. So yeah, it's just like earth in the feeding cycle. Earth, fire feeds earth, earth feeds water, water feeds wood, and wood feeds metal. So metal is about expansion and contraction. It's about the breathing cycle. So you might be finding right now that you need to really focus on your breath and really breathe into your belly and look at what is contractive and what you're holding on to that maybe it's time to let go of. And that's really where I want to begin. You know, when we look at the element of earth, water and fire. Alrighty, dosha, yeah, water and fire. So very much more sort of kapha type elements. So you know, we need to find a way to balance. And earth has the qualities of stability and nourishment and consistency. So it's all about balance and harmony. And you know, looking at your animal's breed as well can give you a lot of insight into how they've come to contribute to your life. So Daisy dog, my little three-legged dog, is she looks like she's a blend of Labrador and Collie. So she has the intelligence of the Collie, which can be quite Vata, and then she has the Labby, which is very earth ground. So she has a lot to teach me around patience, because she's also still has a lot of residual fear from the trauma of the past abuse that she's in, and she's looking at how to ground that. Hi Tony, nice to see you here. If you haven't got onto Tony's Summit, Live Out Loud, you want to do that. I know she's put together an amazing 3-part video series on really how to evolve and deepen into loving yourself and trusting that you're enough. So check that out. Tony, if you want to post a link to that, please do so on the post. So remember too, you know, earth is related to the digestive system in Chinese medicine. We're looking at the stomach and, gosh, I've just gone blank. So it's stomach and spleen. So this is all about confidence. Confidence comes from the spleen. Energy of really trusting yourself. So we're talking about pure and impure thought, as well as that the spleen is like the vacuum cleaner of our body. It takes all the cell debris and all the pure and impure thoughts, as well as the cellular debris out of our systems. Yay, there it is, Live Out Loud series. Fantastic. Hi Caroline. Hi Joanne. So we're talking about the Year of the Dog and what it holds for us as far as an invitation to really deepen into grounding. All the work that we did last year as far as letting go of things that no longer serve us, and also a place of making our foundation solid. So this year we can really move into nurturing both the feminine and the masculine, because we need both. And it's really interesting that today on our news in South Africa that Zoomer is out, and that I feel a little bit, you know, I'd like to think that I'm optimistic about this, but again, this Year of the Dog is really talking about loyalty and about standing in truth, and one has to celebrate with some optimism that South Africa may have a chance now of healing from all these patriarchal abuses of power, and the all about me and what I can take, and the gravy train that we've seen of corruption and just misabuse of power, really. And this is really what Earth is saying. It's about how can I nourish, how can I be consistent, how can I create more stability, and coming back to our own internal work, how do we actually ground into trusting that we are our most valuable asset, that we have the power to create our own economy regardless of governments and fiduciary systems that are going on in the world right now. And this is where we're looking at cryptocurrencies and looking at educating ourselves into looking at, you know, how can we nurture ourselves, looking at what are we hungry for, because Earth is related to this digestive system. And its function of selecting through our appetite the correct foods for our conditions, and also looking at how are we feeding our minds. Are the people that we are in our pack with, in the loyalty of dog, are we running with dogs or wolves that have our backs, that we can rely on to hold us in alignment with our truth and our purpose, and remind us when we're kind of wandering off? And also knowing that there's a time for us to be the lone wolf, to be the leader of our own pack, no matter who follows. So much richness in the medicine of dog, wild dog and wolf, in this Year of the Dog, and looking at, you know, what's working well. when the earth element is balanced, everything is easy and effortless. There's flow, right? Because the earth element transforms food and thought, everything we take in, into substance, into chi, and to vital life force. So we want to be mindful of what we're feeding ourselves with, both physically and energetically and spiritually, and using our anchors that we really strengthened into last year when Cockle-Doodle-Doo, the year of the fire rooster, woke us up, where fires literally, physically burnt the old way. And we had to let go of the control of nature taking its course. So there was a lot last year that we've still been carrying over, and today is sort of like that pivotal new moon energy and the welcoming in of the earth dog to look at where are we depleting ourselves, where are we finding ourselves stuck or exhausted or losing our way and becoming obsessive warriors, right? Because when the spleen and the stomach are out of balance, we go into worry, which is prayer in reverse. So looking at some of that, maybe journaling or doing some meditation tonight under this new moon eclipse is really going to support you in getting very clear on what your vision is. And of course, the coming lunar year, which begins today, is a double earth energy. So very much about what am I hungry for? What am I needing to feed myself in order to be entrusting that I'm whole and complete and not broken, that there's nothing to fix. Is this making sense? Hi Joyce, nice to see you here. So we're talking about the year of the dog if you've just joined this, and also how we can use this year to really pay attention to what we're feeding ourselves, because this is going to have a profound effect not just on your health, but on the health of the planet, of the earth herself. And she is hungry for us to wake up. She's really hungry for us to get into alignment, and each of us plays a part in that. Yes, awesome, Tony. So, we really want to look at braving the wilderness, and looking at how can we rise up into our own personal power, into doing things that we've never done before. Rising courageously above the turmoil and the chaos that's threatening the village or the pack, right? This is what the loyalty of dogs shows us, that when there are dogs or wolf is sick, they don't leave anybody behind. And this is where the strength of the young dogs in the pack really assist and support their elders, and something that again we've separated away from as human beings, where we're not honoring the wisdom of our elderly. And again, the dog is, as I said, all about loyalty. It's about stewardship. It's about guardianship. And Earth Dog is about honesty. It's about walking your talk, doing what you say you're going to do, being trustworthy to yourself first, because if you can't trust yourself, how can anybody else trust you? And dog is fair, it's a vigilant protector of the pack, of the friends, of families, and everything that he holds dear. And I love this year, I really feel like this is going to be an energy of expansion this year, of coming home to the pack, of knowing that you're not alone, that we can rely on the support. Lions have shown me this, wild dogs have shown, my own dogs show me this, that there is no wavering in the collective. It's loyal, it's steady, it's very earth-based. So it's about physicality. Where do you fit in the pack? And are you contributing to the pack by being the best that you can be in the power of your word, in standing for your truth, and also looking at integrity, looking at your ideals and your morals, and being beyond reproach. And of course we're human, so we do go into judgment, we do lose our way, but the directness of that is the dog's focus, is to bring us back to the present, to not stay in the past looking at a future that hasn't evolved yet, because we're still doing the work. and not judging it as right or wrong, just saying, how can I grow? How can I be the best version of myself today? How can I be better than I was yesterday? And being willing to be wrong as well, you know. I always say I'd rather be wrong and free than right, and having to defend my point of view. And again, this is dog. Daisy has a lot of obedience in her, right? She's shut down in a lot, and so she gets a lot of tension build up in the sort of fear of what she needs to be in this family, in this matrix. So she's been ripping my pillows up. She has destroyed my iPod, my Max power cord. She's done some really destructive things in the house, and I could feel the rage coming up in me, because I'd rather she chew the toys that I brought her. But I have to keep coming back to looking at, you know, what is it that she's showing me in this, what I perceive as destructive behavior that actually isn't a life or death threatening situation, and how can I support her in releasing some of this tension that she's still holding in her body around that, because they're not attached to the story. They just live in the moment of, in this moment I'm feeling a lot of tension in the house, and she'll show me that by ripping stuff up. So, you know, it's not always what we want, and it doesn't always look the way we want it to look, but it's there to support us in our own evolution and in our own growth. And, you know, I think, again, coming back to dog, and I'm looking at them both out my window, it's about being an open-minded sentry who's really guarding the interests of the collective consciousness or the public at large by preserving social targets or goals for a better world. And again, that is the intelligence and the honesty and the directness of dog that is about fair play. It's about a sense of equality. And money is not the motivating factor of the sign either. You know, this is like animals will meet people halfway, and they're really good at listening and offering us a different place. I love that you're supporting her. Oh, let me tell you, Tony, it hasn't been easy. Yeah, I've been running a lot of body work on her, and I've been using the trust process to really get her to a place where she can be the confident dog. And you know, she's quite food motivated as well, because she was starved. So again, it's really been interesting for me to see what she's hungry for, and get her to know that there's no lack and scarcity here, that she'll always have enough food to eat, and that she doesn't have to rip up my pillows and throw stuffing all over the house. So yeah, you know, I think, again, coming back to the year of the dog, it's about integrity and honesty, about looking at your values and speaking to the truth, to look at dog again as leading their own way. That's the success of a dog, is to have watchfulness and influence over the whole, that the whole pack get to be safe, that the whole pack get to eat tonight, just like the lions. You know, it's like the younger lions depend on the wisdom and the experience of the older lions who don't have the speed to help them to take down dinner tonight. And it's the same with dogs. If you've ever watched a pack of wild dogs or hyenas, it's a group collective effort, and it's a win-win for everybody. So again, I think the year of the dog is really showing us that together we can go so much further. And you know, the other side of that is the contrast from last year of looking at, you know, what needs to be burnt up, and also what needs to be planted in the earth in the year of the earth dog. How do we tend to the soil and fertilize, you know, turn our trauma into fertilizer and to regenerate the earth, which is very depleted at the moment. So, you know, dog doesn't really pay attention to superficial details. No animals really do. They're not interested in how you look. They're interested in the energy that you're feeling, and they're always looking for, can I trust you to take the lead? So if you're not going to lead, and I'm talking about on a physical leash, if you're not going to be the leader when you walk with your dog, they're not going to feel safe, and they'll feel like they have to take the lead, and you're going to get pulled along. So also looking back at the sort of physical attributes of dog, they won't hesitate to make sacrifices for their pack, for people and the ideas that they believe in. So this is about looking into stability. Where are you not being honest with yourself? What practical aspects have you maybe let go? And this is where rituality is important as your stakes, to keep yourself focused on the tasks at hand. And the reliability, you know, are you someone that you can rely on? Are you kind? Are you loyal? These are all earth qualities. And the element of earth really enriches this dog character and adds to this much needed stability on the planet right now. These are some of the finest qualities of all the sort of 12 astrology animals, to really look at how can you deepen into the nobility of your character. Dogs have a very strong opinion, and they are loyal to their values. They're eager to help each other. They love children. They're patient. And they also enjoy playing, right? They like to entertain themselves, and they love games. So where can you step off the spectator fields and onto the field of your life and be an active participant in the game? Play your own game. You know, again, coming back to the sort of collective dog energy, this is about being the champion of the underdog, right? Back to the rightness and the fairness. Dog has become self-righteous and indignant when we're witnessing unfair treatment. This is the topple of the Zuma regime, and where people are very apprehensive about, you know, what's going to be replaced by that. Are we going to get more of the same, or is there going to be an instinctual move with the earth dog to really right the wrongs of the past, misabuse of power in the world, in South Africa, when I'm talking about President Zuma, and really getting a clear sense of what's right and wrong in human relationship, right? This is about reliability, sincerity, faith, grace, trust, right? The earth dog is dedicated to justice. And I think we're going to really see that the earth element's going to bring a sense of calm to the already steady dog. You know, this will bring much more efficient and constructive thinking, not just to you, but as the collective, for us to all move ahead with purpose, right? With a steady, slow and steady purpose. Looking at the 1 degree shifts, not trying to get from here to there in one leap, but really celebrating in the 1 degree shifts, being aware of where you're investing your time, in your energy, in your money, in your resources. Looking at companies that are in integrity with not destroying the earth, including the banking systems, right? All of this is going to really help to nurture and feed ourselves and to feed the earth herself. And in the misabuse of animals, right? Whether that's in farming or in animal abuse out there, to really look at where can I contribute to changing that. And also to know that it's quite ironic that we're celebrating the Chinese Year of the Earth Dog, and yet now more than ever, dogs are being horrendously killed and abused and skinned alive for the dog meat in some of these countries. And as horrible as it is for us to look at it, it's again in the contrast of looking at the same thing with the wolves or the wild horses. The very animal medicines and the animals that stand for freedom and liberty and create these energetic sacred grids that hold the earth together, the elephants, the lions that have sort of are holding this energetic magnetic grid on the field of the earth, are being threatened, right? And again, we have to come back to looking at our humaneness, and that we are all playing a part in the destruction. So why not put our energy into the creation of really nurturing the earth and creating different choices? And I know it's not always easy to do that, because it often means things are not as convenient. But our soul doesn't care what's convenient to our ego. When a dog is anxious, what can we do? Joanne, that's a great question. And again, I think that there's definitely a lot of resources on my website, sarahjanefarrell.com, and I did do a whole video on how to calm anxious dogs through homeopathy, through blankets, through different things, including my trust process. I think it's the one about fireworks. I'll post the link below. So thank you for asking. Again, I would suggest, really encourage you to take the dosha quiz and find out what your dog's primary dosha is, because again, when we have more information and specifics on your dog's natural characteristics and personality, it's like, greyhounds are very flighty, they're very vata, they're very airy dogs, and they do get anxious a lot quicker than an earth dog would. So when you know that, then you can really deepen into lifestyle changes and ways to support your dog in knowing that they can be peaceful no matter what's going on around them. And that's why I love teaching my trust process. So just know that I really just wanted to celebrate that my website is back up for kind people that want to help their animals by helping themselves, and to just know, use the energy of this new moon. Hello, Daisy. My earth dog just came into the office. Really deepen into trusting that the earth element's here to bring a sense of calm to this already steady energy of the loyal, faithful dog, and what it means to belong to a pack, and know that the pendulum always swings, right? This is a huge contrast and change from the year of the fire rooster, and we don't want to go into worry, which is the pathological consciousness of unhealthy or an imbalanced earth element. It's prayer in reverse is worry. So we want to look at how can we strengthen the gut, and that goes back to looking at what food you're eating and also what you're feeding your dogs and your cats. A lot of pylorrhea that I see, anxiety, panic attacks in people, and in animals, depression as well can be righted really, really fast through eating a really healthy, rich, live food diet. So probiotics, sauerkraut, kimchi, kefir, all those great natural probiotics to strengthen the gut microbiome, because the gut microbiome is how we express and respond to life more than our own DNA. And I have a whole resource on how to feed your gut microbiome and keep them happy. So have a look at that, prayer in reverse. Absolutely, Tony. So that's it for my little ode to dog and my appreciation for dog medicine. What you crying about, Rover? Hey, you want to come say hi to the people? This is life. Come say hi. Come say hi to the people. Hey, here's my Vata dog. Say hi, Rover. Come, say hi to the people. Say hi, people. There's Rover. Say hi to the people. And there's Daisy. Yeah. So happy you're the dog from me, from Rover, from Daisy, and wherever you are, trust you're enough. You're enough for your life. You're enough for your animals. Take the dosha quiz. Let me know what you are and what your animals are. Isn't he gorgeous, Joanne? And yeah, when you take the quiz, like if you find out that your dog is Vata, like my Rover, very sensitive stomachs, very easily upset. So I show a lot of diet-related stuff, like adding turmeric and black pepper and pumpkin to a sensitive stomach. And also eating, hi poo-poos, also eating according to your dosha, really strengthening yourself is a wonderful contribution and a great way that you can support your dogs live happy and healthy and vital along with all your other animals and yourself. And you know, aren't they great? Because they really do remind us not to take ourselves so seriously, and they get us moving. You know, if you have a dog in your life, they take us for walks. They get us out into nature. So look at the physical characteristics of dog energy, and look at where you can bring dog medicine into your life. And if you're thinking about getting a dog, please adopt a senior from a shelter or a rescue, and just trust that you are so loved. A happy new year of the dog in earth, and have a great rest of your day wherever you are. Mwah. Bye.